On March 11th, on the eve of Mother's Day, IACA Women's Forum organized a Mother's Day lunch in Newton Park Amphitheatre. This was attended by women and their families who wanted to celebrate this important day together. The program was opened by welcoming everyone for the event. Manasi led the group for a meditation session. This was followed by Mrs. Neera Behl's melodious devotional song to honor mother's love. The program's chief guest was Moni Basu, an award-winning journalist, writer and teacher. She told her story as an adopted child of immigrant parents in America. She narrated how her mother shaped her life in spite of obstacles of language, society, and family issues.
I am grateful that I have the opportunity today to speak about my mother. She lived her life, like so many Indian women in her generation, in the shadow of my father. What I know is that my mother's blood did not course through my veins, and yet, let me tell you about my mother. I stumbled upon a journal she had kept. It was buried in the bowels of her closet, underneath a stack of cotton saris. I read her writing and I cried. I cried because I had failed to appreciate all that she was while she was still alive and vibrant. It was only after her death that I realized her fortitude and the extent of her love. When I read her journals, that I learned how hard my mother worked to improve her English, that she watched television shows like The Phil Donahue Show and reruns of I Love Lucy. She wrote down unfamiliar words and looked them up in the dictionary and practiced pronouncing them. She was the glue that held us together. She did not fully overcome the obstacles placed in her path, but she persevered. Her perseverance has been my guide as I fast approach the age at which she died. Most of the stories I write now are about human resilience. I think all the time about fate, how fortunate I was that the trajectory of my life was upended when I was only a few days old because of a chance meeting between a missionary and a woman who desperately wanted a child.
The program continued with Namita Taude, Gayatri Ayala, and Kavita Reddy, 3 women mountain climbers honored for their achievements. They recounted their experience in climbing Mount Kilimanjaro, Machu Picchu, Everest Base Camp, and how they worked towards fulfilling their passion. After a delicious lunch break, the program continued with soulful singing by Ananya Muni, dance depicting Krishna Yashoda love by Vani Rao and group, networking activities and games. Along with all this, attendees enjoyed great weather, fun activities with their friends and families. They left the event making new friends and a sense of community.